should you move to Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada as a black person? I'm here to talk a little bit about that, so keep watching. So I have had the privilege to be an American and experience life in many places, and one of them is Vancouver. And I want to talk a little bit about Vancouver because there I've seen people talk about Vancouver, just about moving there in general, but I also have black people tend to have a different view when they're asking about a city, because black people, one of our main objective is it non-racist, okay? Like that's even when black people travel, we want to know about the racism level and what we have to endure. So being that I've lived in Vancouver, I lived there for over a year, and I've had people ask me about Vancouver. Being that I've had people ask me about it, I thought I should just go ahead and do a video on Vancouver, Canada, and not on specifically just on Vancouver, Canada, but more so talking to black people. Like, as a black person, as a black woman, should you move to Vancouver, Canada? The pros, the cons, all of that in between, my experience and all of that, and I'm going to cover all of that information in this video. So I want to start about giving you a little bit of information on Vancouver, Canada. Vancouver is on the west coast of Canada. It is absolutely beautiful. I'll start by saying that, especially if you live where I live, which when I lived in Vancouver, I lived on it's called the West End. And the West End is right at the ocean. It's so beautiful. You have the oceans and then you have the mountains in the background. If I can, I'll try and post pictures of myself there. If not, I'll still post some stock pictures for you. Now, the beaches are not beautiful beaches like the beautiful beaches you would get in Florida, but it's beautiful because of the mountains in the background. It's just so picturesque. It's absolutely gorgeous. Another great thing about the beauty of it, which is one of the pros with Vancouver, is just the beauty. If you live downtown and you like a downtown life, it is amazing. When I lived downtown, myself and my boyfriend, we didn't leave downtown because everything was there. If there was activities, if there was festivals, it was all downtown. We have many grocery stores there. If we wanted to go, the movie theater, the beach, restaurants, shopping, everything was downtown. So honestly, we never had to leave downtown. Another pro about Vancouver is the transit. They have an absolutely amazing transit system. So you don't need a car there. We didn't own a car when we lived in Vancouver because their transit system is so good. The bus, especially if you live downtown, comes like this. It comes like clockwork. Now, the buses can be crowded, but they come very often. Now, they also have, not only do you have the bus system, but their train is very good, very fast, very reliable. It can get you pretty much anywhere in the city. I remember taking from my apartment downtown, I wanted to go to a grocery store that was kind of a little bit further away than my normal one. I hopped on the bus right outside of my house, got off at another stop. Right when I got off, the bus took me to the next area, and I was at my grocery store, and it was like clockwork. I didn't sit around forever, 15-20 minutes waiting on buses to come, which is really good. I remember one time it was late and I missed the last bus and I had to walk somewhere, and I walked home in this particular area safely. So I felt safe late at night in Vancouver, which you can't really say for a lot of big cities. Walking alone as a woman, I don't recommend it. I don't even recommend it in Vancouver, but I'm just saying personally for myself, I felt safe, okay? Now, a con I just want to mention is that it is extremely expensive in Vancouver. So a lot of people, especially who live downtown, they have a lot of roommate situations happening because it is so very expensive. I lived there with my boyfriend, and we lived in a box. I don't even know if our place was 500 square feet. I really don't remember how small it was. It was tiny, okay? And we were paying at that time, because rent has definitely gone up, but at that time we were paying around $1,300 or $1,400 a month. Plus, my boyfriend is a clean, like I'm a clean freak, but my boyfriend is like an OCD clean freak, and we had bicycles and he didn't want the bicycles coming in the house like dirt dropping off the dirty tires. So we rented a parking space in our building for $50 a month, so that added to the rent. Okay, so our 1 bedroom, not even 500 square feet apartment was very, very expensive. Okay, so you just need to be aware of that moving there. And Vancouver does not have, the Canada as a whole has they pay really good wages, but BC in general does not have the best wage system. If you want a better wage, then you need to go to Alberta, which is also on the west coast of Canada. They have the highest paying wages in Canada. BC does not, but I'm just saying. So you need to go there being aware that you're gonna spend some money. It's one of the most expensive cities that you can live. Another con as a black person is there is not a lot of black people. The main cultures in Vancouver, especially like the downtown area, is very, very, very prominently Asian. There is even a city in Vancouver called Richmond, and it's an Asian, the town is Asian. Okay, we actually, when we first moved to Vancouver, we moved in Richmond, and we actually ended our lease very quickly. And we ended it because we realized we weren't from BC and we wanted to be downtown. And once we realized how far it was from downtown, we didn't want to live there anymore. But this area, like, there's gonna be buildings that don't have English on it. Like, so I say that to say Vancouver has a very strong Asian population, but I think you get that no matter if you live on the west coast anywhere. Like if you live in California or Seattle, Washington, there's a very, very strong Asian population, and then white. There's not a lot of black people. I remember seeing, like, if you come across another black person, y'all are like locking eyes because you know that you don't know the next time you may run into a black person. I mean, it got so bad. I remember seeing this black girl and her white boyfriend, and every time I would see them, they stood like they couldn't hide in the city because it wasn't so many black people. So when I saw her, I recognized her immediately. And I remember being at the grocery store, and this guy's like, he sparks up a conversation for me, and he's like, yeah, you live over there, like I've seen you around the city. And I'm thinking, it's so few black girls that this guy remembered me in the area, saying he's seen me around the city. Like, it was kind of scary, but I'm telling you, there's not a lot of black people. Now, so I like being around my people. I like seeing my people. So for me, I did not enjoy that. So I just want to say that if you are a black girl and you want to live in Vancouver and you are looking to date outside your race, this is the perfect city because there's white guys everywhere. I have white guys trying to talk to me all the time. So I just want to say, so if you are a black girl who dates out and you want a large white population for white guys, that is your city for you. Are you going to leave America, move to Vancouver and not experience racism? That is a no. I experienced issues in Vancouver based on race as well. So I do want to point that out to you. And I want to just point that out, no matter where you go as a black person, unfortunately, we are going to have to deal with race issues. There's going to be places that are better than others, but you are not going to be free of that in Vancouver, okay? What else do I want to talk about with Vancouver? There is always something to do, especially if you live downtown. Oh, in the summertime, oh my God, it was just absolutely amazing living downtown Vancouver in the summertime. Just the atmosphere, the vibrancy. I remember walking to the beach, just going there with my tablet, and there's people jogging, there's people selling artwork, there's a little orchestra band there, a 5-piece orchestra, they're playing the violin, there's people picnicking on the grass, people in the beach. I mean, it was just so lively, and I absolutely love that. Okay, it's absolutely amazing. But again, the price you're not paying for the building or where you live, you're paying for the atmosphere. So if you live downtown, you're paying for the access to have that type of activity. There's shops up and down the street all over. I mean, it's just a really fun, lively place. You can leave your apartment at 1 in the morning and there's something open for you to go to, which I like. I grew up in a more country area in Florida, so for me, being able to leave my apartment and there's something open down the road, I really enjoyed that. I really loved it and I cherished it. So should you move to Vancouver, Canada as a Black American? Not if you're looking to avoid like the racism America, because you're gonna still experience that in America. But if you can afford it, you like the mountains, you like the beach, you like a city life, you like liveliness, you're okay with being around other races where there's a lack of, if you can handle that, then I would say Vancouver is a city for you to at least experience for a little bit. I had fun living there. I would live there. I wish there was more Black people, but I would definitely live there because it's beautiful and it's lively and it's vibrant. But it's too expensive. It's way too expensive. So that is one of the biggest cons of Vancouver, Canada, for a Black American. Your money is not going to go very far there at all. All right. If you have any questions that you would like me to answer, and there's other places you want me to review, I've lived in Alberta, Canada, so if you would like me to do a video on that, I can do that as well. I lived in Tampa in Florida and I can do a review on that as well. And just traveling to different places. I traveled to Mexico recently, and if you want some a video on that, I can do that as well. So make sure you leave it below. If you have any questions, leave it below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.